Giving commands, imperatives. Match these Soviet signs, these Soviet kind of propaganda signs, with the verbs that are associated. Не болтай, don't talk. Учись отлично, study well, be a good student. Помогите несчастным детям. Help unlucky children. Купите красное яичко. Buy the red egg. So these are all commands, and it's not surprising that these kinds of propaganda posters have commands. Match these. Расти здоровым. Grow up healthy. Пейте чайные напитки. Drink tea drinks. Не балуй. Don't mess around. Занимайтесь велоспортом. Do biking. Разъясняйте детям правила уличного движения. Explain to kids the rules of the road. Будь бдительным. Be vigilant. So take a look at the summary of some of these imperative forms. Why do some have te on the end and some not? This is the difference between ты and вы, like здравствуй, здравствуйте. And can you find the three endings? Here we're going to look at a short presentation that summarizes the three endings that we can have on imperatives. I don't want you to get too stuck in the details, though, of this process. You can use it if you want to figure out the imperative ending, but we're probably not going to be focusing on it very much. So in order to form imperatives, start with the any form of the verb and then remove the ending. If you're left with a vowel, for example, читать, we take off the any ending, we're left with a vowel a, so we add и краткое, or и краткое те. So читай, читайте. Now try these. Отвечать, играть, слушать, интересовать, танцевать. We're taking off the any ending, and every time we're left with a vowel, so we add и краткое. Отвечай, играй, интересуй, слушай, танцуй. Now, what if we are not left with a vowel? For example, говорить. Говор, no vowel. Or ответят, ответ. Then we look at the ya form, and we figure out where the stress is on the ya form. If the stress is on the end, then here's what we do. Говорю, stress on the end, we add и. Говори, говорите. These will be similar. Сказать. Скажу. Пишу, посмотрю, покажу, куплю, учусь. So then we add и. Скажи, пиши, посмотри, покажи, учись, купи. Again, if we want to make it formal, then we add on the te. And notice that reflexives will act just like the others, but they will add the s endings back on at the end. And then what if when we're not left with a vowel and the end of the ya form is not stressed? Then what we do is add мягкий знак. So if we look at this example, отвечу, ответь, or ответьте. And this type is not as common. But приготовить, приготовлю. So we add our мягкий знак. Забыть. Забуду. So, забудь. So in summary, we have 3 endings. И краткое те, и те, or мягкий знак те. The мягкий знак те one is not very common. These 2 are quite common. Again, we're not going to be focusing on using this process much. We will be looking more at verb groups. We have a few common exceptions. Поехать becomes поезжай. Давать – давай. Дать – дай. Есть – ешь. And then instead of using that long process to figure out the imperative endings, what we're going to be focusing more on is using verb groups. So if you know that a verb is like читать, then you know that its imperative will be like читай. If you know that a verb is like говорить, you know that its imperative form will be ending in «и», like говорите. If you know that a verb is an ovat verb like советовать, then you know that its imperative ending will be «уй», like советуйте. What about aspect and imperatives? How do we choose imperfective or perfective? Учись отлично. Why do we have imperfective here? It's probably because we want someone to do it all the time. It's a repeated action. How about не болтай? In this case, it's imperfective because it's negated. Помогите несчастным детям. Купите красное яичко. Here we have perfective. Why? It's because we're focusing on what we want someone to do once. Help the children. Buy this thing. So when we talk about a one-time action, we usually use perfective. So, скажите мне, пожалуйста, где находится банк? Tell me this one time. Where is the bank located? Откройте учебники. Open your books. This one time. But if you want someone to do something regularly, you would use imperfective. Смотрите на лексику каждый день. Look at your vocabulary every day. It's something I want you to do repeatedly. If something is negated, it tends to be imperfective. Не читайте эту статью. Don't read that article. And then some polite invitations are perfective. Like, for example, приходите ко мне в гости. Come visit me. Would you choose a perfective or imperfective command here? Call your grandmother more often. This is imperfective because we want you to do it regularly. Звони. Don't buy that type of bread anymore. This one's imperfective because it's negated. Не покупай. Write your professor an email. Probably we mean to you to do it once. So, напишите. Do your homework. It could be either, really. Imperfective would be do it regularly. Делай. If we're talking about this one time, we might say сделай. Tell me when you will be in town. This is perfective. We want you to tell me this one thing. So, скажи.